Well, for those of you who went to bed thinking that the Mets were not going to do anything at these winter meetings, it's a good thing that Andy Martino and I don't sleep. The Mets indeed do make an early morning Las Vegas move?
Yeah, around about midnight, we got word that they agree with Jeurys Familia to a 3-year, $30 million deal. That's pending physical. But Steve, that's a reunion that we saw coming in the sense that we knew it would be a fit, but it was under the radar in that we've been watching Andrew Miller, Adam Ottavino, some other guys, and the Mets flew in late last night of the winter meetings with Familia.
Yeah, Familia, it always made sense, right? And we talked about this. And listen, I don't know, maybe we should talk about this in a second, but I don't know if the Mets are done with the back end of their bullpen right now. But Jeurys Familia never wanted to leave New York, even at the deadline last year when it was inevitable.
Right.
He loved his time in a Mets uniform. We saw how he could be successful, not just as a closer in Oakland, obviously, so he could fill that role for the Mets. This back end of the bullpen, it is significantly bolstered now from where it was at the end of last season. And again, like I said, Andy, I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets went out and got another arm as well.
No, I think they'll still be on the hunt for another arm. Well, it remains to be seen if it takes them out of that high-end, high-money kind of reliever. But now that the relievers are falling off the board, we're going to see how that looks for the Mets. And really, it does bolster that back end of the bullpen to an extent that we haven't seen from them in a long time. I think this is the perfect spot for Familia because what people sometimes forget, because he blows big saves sometimes, is that he is just a really, really good dominant pitcher day in and day out. So you take him out of that closer spot, and all of a sudden he's setting up for Diaz, and that gives that great rotation something they can feel comfortable about 7th, 8th, 9th inning. And look, if they can add a lefty, they'll really be in good shape with that bullpen.
Yeah, I remember last season, probably the middle of May maybe, Familia, he faltered a little bit a couple of times, and Mickey Callaway was getting so many questions about him. And Mickey got so frustrated because he said, look at this guy's numbers. Look at the rest of the league.
He's good.
He is great. He's one of the best relievers in Major League Baseball. And I do think you're right that taking him out of that closer spot will allow that to shine just a little bit more. So, listen, again, we don't know if the Mets are done. We hope and think that they're done for tonight. But it is a big move for the Mets, a good move for the Mets, a smart move for the Mets. Jeurys Familia, reunion, back with the Mets, 3 years, $30 million, pending a physical. He is Andy Martino, and I'm Steve Gelbs.